Testing here. I'm gonna be messing with the table back there. It looks a little rough right now. Just been working on layouts and camera angles and whatnot today. If anybody is in the channel, you want to comment on microphone quality, music quality, anything along those lines. We're just testing for tomorrow. And I will keep my phone with the stream. Okay, cool. I can watch this. I think what we'll do is we'll actually switch to the big camera here. Okay. Cool, it's better. Okay, if a couple folks in there are watching, if you guys can hear me, if you don't mind punching a little message in there, say something. Make sure my audio's on. Yeah, it's on. Music isn't too loud, something like that. We're going to have this stream going across 3 different platforms tomorrow, so it's going to be a little challenging. First time streamer. Not a first time terrain maker, but definitely a first time streamer. This will actually be looking quite a bit better tomorrow as well. What I'm working on this evening is some different table layouts, just making sure all the behind the scenes stuff looks clean. My producer would kill me. He's not here right now. If he saw me making these changes, we had this all tightened up yesterday. Looking good. Now, not so much. But that is okay. Okay, got that in there. Good right there. just jumping in the chat, checking out the stream. We're just kind of figuring out some layouts, looking at some terrain, working on the audio. If you can hear the music okay, or my voice all right, if you don't mind saying so in the chat. Awesome. Thank you, Dorian. Thank you, Gabrielle. So since it's just a few of us in here, if you guys have any questions, anything like that, anything you want me to show off, let me know. Can point things out too. It's a complete mess right now. The board is. With the reticle, I can lock some things on target if we need to. Well, real repaints, I can't wait for you to print it either, because I've got a lot of files. There's still a lot of work to do. To be honest, a lot of great feedback came from the backers, especially around, basic things like the A-frame. I'll show you guys here in 1 second what I'm talking about. Just get done playing around with that targeting reticle. Thank you very much. Let's see how this looks actually. I'm just playing around. I haven't even seen these views yet, so you guys are kind of helping me here. This is the A-frame, kind of like the core of the whole set, right? And in the beginning, just had an open lock connector here, open lock connector here, which allowed these basic beams to plug in there, right? And it worked really well. You could have a nice span running across the entire board if you wanted to, but a couple of you guys said, well, why don't you put those open lock connectors, on this other face too? So we have them both kind of on this x-axis and both on the y-axis. So that has really opened up an immense amount of capabilities here. For instance, aha, it's right over here. Let me show you guys. Okay, so I've got this piece right here. This is actually what I would call an unsupported configuration. Why? There's no industrial beam between the two. Well, guess what? It still works. I mean, this piece is, look how stiff that is. Like those open lock connections are working well. The beam strength is working well. The reason I have these connected like this together is what I can do is, and I have to tune this out a little bit because this is fairly new. I just actually been playing around with this for the stream. Is I can actually plug the lockways into the side here. Now, of course, there's only one open lock clip, but it is strong enough. And if I do have a 6-inch tall, or what I'm calling the short A-frame, which I'll grab here, show you guys. So now I've got this 6-inch A-frame. I've got these two, right? I'm gonna hook this guy in here. Get those connected. My miniature cargo platform is going to get in the way, so we'll just move that real quick. These could all be open lock connected as well, so that they're a little easier to move. I just don't have that set up right now. But you'll notice, like, this was never intended to kind of do this. I just found it by messing around yesterday, and you don't even have to get that clip to go in all the way. I just kind of get it as snug as I can. I'm gonna make a little piece that'll kind of help this stress point right here, even though you can see like it's still strong enough and stiff enough. I mean, what do we want? Put some Space Marines out there. I forget the Mars guy's name. I'm not a huge 40k player, clearly. You know, we can get our Stormtrooping out there, Boba out there. I mean, it'll hold anything, even in that kind of weird, wonky one connector configuration. Now, like, why I think it's neat is because removing the A-frame down here has allowed me to create like a very nice open span. And of course, I don't have to use this piece. I don't have to use this piece. I can use all big sections. I could use all short sections. It doesn't matter. So it's kind of nice because you can go both that way and you can come this way off of any one of those. And I think the other day I actually had a 3-section. My wife was over here working on some pieces. We still have some to finish up early in the morning. But you know, if I want to keep running this side over here, I can do that. I can just plug in right here. I could even plug straight in to that, keep going. And this is strong enough to hold without an A-frame, but why not? Like, I mean, you can put one there and it looks gorgeous. Then you have a whole nother kind of path under here to set up with different pieces. So it's kind of neat. So long story there to explain one innovation that the backers kind of brought to my attention, which I was super pleased with, which has caused a lot of rework, but that's okay because in the end it made a really nice change to the entire system and much more functional, right, for everybody, including myself, because clearly I love making this stuff. So I'm going to play around with the table a little bit. If you guys have any questions, any more questions, comments, whatever, feel free to shout them out. If you want to see something. I'm not quite done. Actually, watch this. Let's see if we can. I'm going to do a quick little view change here. Let's see if this is neat or not. Alright, so this is me down here. Hey! I think my chair is a little high. But this is kind of once I have everything set up. Talk about the table. It'll look good. Change that. I'm looking for one specific one. There we go. That mobile shot up there in the upper left-hand corner. And then I have, let's see how this is looking. There we go. It's kind of going to be the zoom in angle. That way I can kind of like show off some stuff over there. Get a little better view for you guys. Clearly an empty span is not that pretty. And I didn't have a ton of time. We just decided we were going to stream literally 3 days ago. So I've printed and painted all of this in 3 days. Which actually is kind of a testament to what you can do. Now of course I got a couple of printers. But everything on this board has been spray painted with Vallejo. Vallejo makes a wonderful line of spray paints. If you guys haven't seen those, they're $10, $10 to $12 a pop, and it's just amazing. The quality, the paint comes out nice and thin. It's good paint. Of course, it's Vallejo. And it just allowed me to work super fast. So if you notice, you know, this is just some simple masking. There is no wash on this piece at all or anything, so it's actually not very fancy. But this here is one of the new fuel tanks. It's not quite done. I'm still working on details on that, the modular fuel tank. This here is a destroyed ship frame. The reason it's destroyed, part of the hobby videos that are gonna come out since we passed that stretch goal today. We'll be talking about um, how to do different things like this. Now, it's not super gorgeous, but guess what? I did this in maybe 20 minutes. It's super fast. Once you get yourself a torch, a simple torch, then you can just start putting some good huge sized blaster holes in that thing very quick. 2-3 different colors, spray paint, hit at different angles. Pigments. I'm not really done yet, but the idea here is in Cochin, in the industrial district, this would be some of the stuff that they would tear apart to get those natural resources back to then take into what will hopefully be unlocked at the 40k goal, the warehouse, to be converted and then remade. And I'm toying around with 42.5 or 45k. I just want to make the darn thing, so I'm probably going to put it at 42.5, but it's going to be a armament production line. So something that's easily configured into the current A-frame set. Very simple kind of design. A lot of industrial beam sort of things. And then a good example would be like a tank turret or something, like an armament line that you could add to your terrain table. Turbo laser battery turrets. I didn't say that, but other cool stuff like that. Okay. What we got here? What we got here? So these are neat. I really like these because they can pop apart. Like you guys saw vertical orientation right there. You know what I mean? Like, cool. Okay, here's some gas storage tanks. There's an RT, pretty good size. Could put an RT behind them. Squad clearly. You guys that are in the chat watching right now, are you guys Legion players? Are you guys 40k players? Oh, here's a question. How do the pipes connect, and can you attach them to the rain? All right, Real, great question. Sorry I missed that. Let's get back to that. That's a great question on the pipes. Set these guys aside for now. Wait, I can't set them aside just yet. I gotta show you this. This is just too cool. Open lock, right? Just gonna connect those right there. I'm just gonna use one for speed so you can see this. Boom, got myself a much bigger piece of terrain. You can't tell me that isn't kind of neat. Modular. There's another piece too. I need to print tonight if I can show it to you guys. Anyway, let's go to the pipes. Okay. Let's get some of these pipes out here. Alright, Real, you asked the question, how do they connect and how do they hook to the terrain? Well, I'm trying to see in the angle here. I'll get my arm out of the way. Push the tank back. This piece right now is connected to that A-frame. And I don't know if you can see above. You can. I'm going to go ahead and open lock that off. So, what it is made up of, elbow. This is a short section. No, a medium section. I got an elbow, medium section, a longer section, and then this is the open lock connector right here. And so you get your open lock, put it in there. Skirmish games and RPGs, roger that, Dorian. When you say skirmish, are you talking kill team? Okay, you can see here, this is real simple. These go in here. Now, when you print them, they're going to be really snug. Really snug. Give it one or two. connections, and then you'll be set. I've had a lot of playtesters working on this already, and they had the same exact comments, so no worries there. Now, there's a couple different other variations in the pipes. Here's kind of a wrecked one Dustin did for us. This one's super cool. Put some ooze in there, whatever you want to do. Here's an end piece, right? A wrecked end piece that's rusted and fallen off. Short, end, open lock. What else we got? There are more. I just have to find them real quick. Bear with me. Let's make sure. Okay, there's a T. See if I have a female T. I do. Excellent. This is good practice for me tonight, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out, watching, checking out the terrain. It's very beneficial. Cool, really. You play Legion and Warhammer. You're gonna double down on this set, my friend. I would say, I mean, it's perfectly scaled for Legion out of the gate. It works for 40k without touching it, but I'm super picky, and I know, for instance, I know these aren't Primaris. Old school dudes, you know, they're a little bit smaller, and Primaris is probably the same size. So it all depends on how picky you are, but I might scale them. If I only played 40k, I might scale stuff down 5-10%. But I'm a terrain guy, so I'm super picky. Just to show you a couple more pieces here. This here is a female T connector to increase your options. And I swear I was walking around with the male T connector. I'm just checking my desk real quick here to make sure. This is hilarious, guys. I don't know where I put it. I'll find another one. Anyway, let's show you kind of a little bit how this works here. Grab an open lock real quick. Gonna take my clip, hook it in. Now, remember on the A-frames, there's 2 connection points, so I'm gonna grab one real quick. Grab this short version over here. Let me check that comment real quick. Okay, cool, Dorian Necromunda. There's another gentleman. I need to look up his stream channel. He's been helping me with some design tips for Necromunda, which is why I'm working on some bigger kind of line of sight blocking stuff. But remember, we were talking about, okay, we got our pipes. Here is our A-frame short version. The connector, push it out a little bit. I'm gonna give us a little more light too. There we go. Looking good. Okay, I think we can see it really well now. Okay. Now, connector can go low, and we're flush with the ground. No issues with the ground right here. Or we can go high. And we can do both at the same time, because we don't care. Now, naturally, people are going to ask, can I run one from here down? I think I have a few more pieces left in my design list to do, as far as a piece that runs from that elbow and kind of comes down. Because now I just made this A-frame less than a week ago, I think, and it passed final test. So now I got to identify what that length would be to bring that down there perfectly, but that's too easy to do. For now, you can, oh, there's a female version of this too. For now, you can just put a downspout on it, or whatever the case may be. Grab that female version real quick, got that. I need to make sure I have one that's painted. Man, this is good stuff, guys. You guys are helping me find all the little holes here. Okay, found one of those. Just make sure there's a female and a male. Alright. So we do have a female and a male version right here. So for instance, you could just pop that on. Now you've got a nice downspout. Or you could use a T to go up as well, right? If you wanted to do something like that. Now, because he's in the way, pop that off, throw him on, start going up. There's a ton of options with the pipes. I haven't even figured out, to be honest, all the different things you can do with the pipes. That's why I'm super excited to get this in y'all's hands. And I have no problem, now that I have this core system down, right, as far as the interconnects are concerned, as far as the size and everything like that. Now that that's done and tested, people have additional ideas. Lengths, specific lengths are going to be important. Now I can't go too crazy, right? I can't do 15 different variants, but love the color. All right, Real, let me show you this trick, my friend. If you're in the States, you have a Home Depot, this stuff is your best friend. I'm not sponsored by Vallejo or Rust-Oleum. Trust me, I wish I was. This stuff, these are painted, one coat of that, sandpaper, so that you can tell this one hasn't been sandpapered. Some of them do have a little black overspray put on there, just for a little love. But then you hit them hard with some sandpaper. Usually start with a 180. A 180 will be nice, and anything lower than a 180 out of the gate's probably too harsh, and you'll take some big chunks. But let's just do a little work real quick right here, since you guys are hanging out with me. And what you're really doing is you're really doing a highlight stage, right? Like you're dry brushing this thing, but with sandpaper, and they're pipes, and you don't care, and you want them done. You know, like one of the big things for me around the hobby videos is going to be getting it done fast. Now, you could ideally just do a wash right before this too. Washes are fast. You just dip this whole thing in there. You're not doing like a pin wash or anything. But you can see, once I clean it up a little bit, you get nice, easy highlights from some sandpaper. And next stage, I would just take a 400, kind of clean it up, and that's it. On the sanding, if you hit these bolts and whatnot really well, it makes it look like you dry brush them with a little gray paint or something. Now, if you really want them to look nice, of course you'd come back and do that. Some of these have had some pigments added. You can tell, rust, black. There's some gray pigments too, but this is all just sanding. So pretty cool, pretty easy, pretty fast. Oh no! My secret laboratory was revealed. Efficient, yeah, totally efficient, man. You're gonna have a lot of pipes to paint to get done. So super important that you move fast. And like I said, everything on that table, even though it's terrible right now, I'm sorry guys, this layout's terrible. Let me grab this reticle thing again. Everything on this table has been spray painted, so the only thing that has not, I even spray painted these hazard stripes yellow underneath, and then I used one of the files, one of the models, to stripe that out. Okay, Real says, when will files be released to backers? Good question. My plan is very shortly after the Kickstarter ends on Sunday, so maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not quite sure yet. I'm going to release what I call Wave 1. And Wave 1 is going to be A-frames, walkways, railings, ladders. We call these big double wide pieces. Oh, not turn the reticle off. Now I need it. So back here where these 40K guys are, that's a service platform because it's as wide as the entire top of the A-frame. That will be released. This guy to the right of it, half the width. That's a service walkway. That will be released as well. I'll pop over the table and show you guys something neat about that soon. But essentially what you're going to get is A-frames, walkways, platforms. You're also going to get, I'll show you some beams here in a second. You're going to get all the beams. Pipes, you're going to get all the pipes. This set of pipes is called the Argon pipes. Argon being used in heavy industry, and the denizens of Cochin need that gas. So these are old pipes. That's why they're decaying everywhere to run across everything. Second weekend in October, I'd love to showcase it all. Real, I would love for you too as well, man. Second weekend in October. You should be good. You can at least come up with a half a board, I would think. Because look what I'm doing right here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 A-frames. You can knock that out in 2 days. 4 A-frames, 1 printer. And then your service platforms and some walkways. So see, that's half a board right there. The map, by the way, underneath it all is the map from War Sigil, which is super cool. It's hard for me to show you guys the texture. I gotta figure that out a little bit, but so just gives you an idea. This is a full 3x6 map. Probably where the reticle is about 3 or the halfway point on that 6 foot. So you get the idea. That the thing real I would suggest you focus on is exploring. And this is something that I was on the podcast Legion Academy. If you guys check that out, we talked about it. They just released that episode. What we talked about was basically being able to build a true 2-layer Legion game board, right? Like in the past, we haven't been able to build one because you don't want to spend those actions getting up ladders or climbing on top of buildings, etc. So if you have a setup like this where you can start your units on the second level up top there, just like those units in the back are. If you can start your units up there in their deployment zone, right, and then they can stay. If you can build something deep enough across the entire board, these stormtroopers, for instance, could have heavy cover. They could stay up here. Now we know there's no railings, but there are railings. They can tuck in here behind these. It's really more for thematics because we know how the rules are with being above. But what I'm really interested in seeing is objectives. So yes, I've got this double height situation going on here. If it's your turn to put the objective down, or I forget exactly which condition where you just do them in between, one in the middle, and then you cut the map up the rest of the way. But that's going to be interesting. How do you decide where that objective goes? That's a whole nother layer of strategy. And you can see you could run the second level of the platforms across the entire thing, as far as down the deployment zones if you want to, and pick 2 across, and then that way you've got, that's a crazy setup, you know, like I can't wait to see it, to be honest. So I'm very excited to see. Yep, it'll definitely change your gameplay. I'll be very excited to see some feedback from you guys on how that works. I mentioned earlier the service platforms and the service walkways, right? So let's talk about those service walkways. What the heck is old Dave talking about here? Let me show you. There's a couple flavors. Of these. Right now, there'll be more too. So what's cool about these is they're only half width, but they have open lock. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera, guys. Sorry about that. I'm gonna switch cameras real quick. Boosh. There we go. Okay. It's good training right here. You guys are helping me out. Okay. So, pop your open lock clips in here. Why did I do this? Well, number one, I wanted you to be able to change these out. And I didn't want you to have to glue them in. I glued this one in. So if you do want to do that, you absolutely can. Works great. When you push these in here, line those up, pop those in. There you go. Now, these are cool. You can go this way on there, right? And you could have another one like this, or you could have another one on the inside. You can build some little bridges to span those gaps. I think I have one laying around here. I do. If any of you are Imperial Terrain veterans, you might recognize a piece. That's just an example. I'd probably make something a little bit smaller, and maybe I will. Just kind of cool, just to add another little thing on that. But I have one prototype piece. I do. You guys are in luck. I don't know if I'm going to show this tomorrow or the next few days. It's not quite done yet. But if you'll notice, the cover on these two is pretty weak, right? So let's go ahead and pull this down. Grab him. Now remember, I popped him in, right? Let's get rid of him. Let's go with this guy. Okay, so this one right here is actually just a... I don't know yet. It's not quite done, but the idea here is to get you some kind of billboard situation going. And I do actually have a full-size billboard in the production pipe right now. Okay, so just to show you, pop that in there. Now you can get your guy back here. That way you've got full cover, right? So if you had a scout squad, who knows if anybody will use them, but just an idea. It'll be better to have a full-length one and higher one, just kind of cool thematically, but that works pretty well as too. Just shows you an idea on how you can pop these in and out, go with different configurations. You can leave it open too if you want to. Just kind of like a cool little thing. Let's get a railing in here. I think you guys have seen a railing yet. Yeah, I definitely need to get a piece made to help stabilize that, because I just found it the other day that you could do that. So it's pretty interesting. Okay, railings. Railings are simple. They're just pegs go into holes. Now, the first time or two, just like with the pipes, you do this, she's going to be a little stiff, but you can tell once it's broken in, it works great. You can use a little hobby knife if you want to kind of loosen it up. But you just got to be firm with it, come out, and then it's good to go. I'm going to get quite a few different designs of this as well. Yeah, the modularity is great. I mean, what's crazy is I just keep finding more and more and more different options to do. And clearly you guys can tell there's plenty, but there's going to be more. It just comes down to time. Once the Kickstarter's over, I can truly get back to modeling full time, which will be very nice. Not that I don't love the Kickstarter, but it's amazing how much time you spend not modeling in the middle of a Kickstarter, because you're busy doing all kinds of things. Alright, I'm going to check the queue again real quick. You guys let me know if you have any other questions. This has been great. I'm like figuring out I need to clean all this up. I think I like the little display areas as far as showing you guys off the terrain pieces. And we barely got to talk about the two layer situation. I think tonight, even though it's 10:30 here in Texas, I think tonight I'm gonna try and build out. See, I gotta figure out where's my hands. What do I do with my hands? There we go. How about this way? I gotta try and figure out how to make and show off that two-layer system better. The camera is awesome. Thank you so much. Good friend of mine who's a streaming guy came by and helped set it up. So the plan is tomorrow at about 10, 11, probably about 10, we'll get going. And by get going, I mean I should have this set up a little nicer, looks better, um, more units out potentially. It's a lot of stuff, but the idea will be to just talk about all the different models, kind of like we have been, show off what you can do with them, so people have a good idea. I think it's really hard to do through renders, and making videos takes a really long time. It's just me, so being able to do this live stream and show you guys everything is pretty cool and incredibly valuable. Over here, you can see here's a section of the cargo platform, which didn't really get a lot of love. It's really cool. It didn't get a lot of love because I didn't take enough pictures of it. Sure, the shipwrights row set of files is very cool, of course. Will we see any printed ships before the end? If you guys do have some input or feedback, I'm going to dump my email address in here. Boom. There you go. info@imperialterrain.com is the best way. Dorian, will we see any printed ships before the end of the Kickstarter? Short answer is no. The Bounty Hunter ship is probably the most furthest along. That is a work between myself and another modeler from Hardware Studios. You know what? It's just us. It's just us here. Let's try this out here. Let's see if we can't give you a little preview. So bear with me, guys, while I try out some other things. I'm gonna try and switch views. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, so this is my desktop over here. Let's see if we can't show you that. But short answer is no. They got to be done right. I'm not going to release anything that is not tested and ready to go and is not easy to print. I don't want you guys having to figure anything out. You won't use supports with any of my stuff, just to give you an idea. But that ship will probably come first. Let's get into some secret stuff that nobody else is going to see 100%. Maybe tomorrow. First, let's start off with the SP6. I'm literally saving right now the concept art, okay? The latest version. This is not final. Just want to show you guys this. Let's make it a little bigger. What we're working on right now is, it looks crazy right now. Don't worry about it. But this is the back end, okay? 2 engines is what we're working on. A 2-engine setup. Here's a 1-engine setup, but I think we're going to go with a 2-engine setup. Let me grab the flip around. Grab the other one. Real says, what program is that? That is, number one, a terrible program, but it's what I know. So it is Fusion 360. It's great for hard surface modeling. Not great for polygonal sculpting sort of stuff. Okay, we're going to grab another shot of the freighter here. Now it's hard to show you guys the size on this because there's nothing to put it in scale right here, right? Just download this week. Hey, look, you can tell I did everything in it. It's good. You just gotta deal with it. It's like everything else. It's got its own issues. Now, Dominique is the concept artist. He did a lot of craziness on the surface here, so it won't look like that, but just kind of gives you an idea. Now, what's really cool is this area here. I'll see if I can draw on this. Oh, I can't totally draw on this. I'll show you guys my plan. Okay, he's gonna put in some doors. They'll be on the bottom side of the ship, and basically you'll be able to take the top of the ship off and run your units through. It's gonna be pretty large, so I wanted it to be playable. It's not just gonna block the entire center of the map or the landing platform, cargo platform. You'll be able to actually use it and play it on the map. It'll be more than just being a pretty big ship. That thing right there is gonna take, it's gonna take a little bit of time to model, but I'm excited to do it. I love it. I think the idea is super cool. The details are gonna be great. Our stuff is just getting better and better and better, and faster too. It's like anything else, you know, any other skill. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Let's see if we can find. Let me rummage through here. Let me rummage through my stuff and see if I can't find the latest version of the Bounty Hunter ship. I'm trying to remember what we named that. Just too many things. Too many things. Well, I'm looking for it. Let me pop this up. This is too cool. Look at that. Oh, that's great. Where did we put that file? Let me grab the file name real quick. Sorry about this, guys. Boom. Aha. Aha. Okay. Put that away. Put this over here. If you guys don't use 3D Builder in Windows, you should. It's just does a lot of things really easy. Or a slicer. I use it kind of in lieu of a slicer sometimes, because it does a lot of stuff very easily. But so what we're working on right now is landing gear, number one, and then cutting it up to print. It's gonna be challenging, but we can do it. We've done plenty of stuff like this before. Especially gotta get these weapons off of here, because it's just kind of for render right now. But we'll get it squared away. Pretty darn cool. Can't wait to test print that. I think we've got a really good stream setup, man. Like, I'm super excited. Can show the computer stuff. We can show the table. You know, you guys just reminded me. I need to print a cargo lift. I do not have a cargo lift printed. Well, Real, make sure you go get your Vallejo spray paints. If you I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, but you definitely want those. They will make your life so much better. Get yourself some sandpaper. Do a little work here real quick. Just like that. That'll work. Let me see if I can get you guys. Will this one be open as well? Dorian, what do you mean by that? YouTube Live, is that what you mean for the stream? Open top for play. I don't think so at first, and why is because it's not big enough. This really is a one. I'm like in my head, this is like a 1 to 2 person ship, maybe 3 at most. But when you see it, I wish I had the SP6 blocked out enough to show you guys where you could see the scale difference. I mean, that ship's probably 3 of these. If you see, there's a tiny door on the bottom. There's not a lot of room for a drop down ramp or something that would allow you to get in there. Once you get in there, there's no opposite way. I need flow, right? Like I need to be able to go in and out one side so that a unit can't get trapped in there. Otherwise, people pretty much won't use it. Now, once everything's done, which is a lot of stuff, once everything's done, I might be able to come back and easily cut the top, do some work on the inside. But we'll see. No promises on that, of course, but it's definitely not out of the question. Okay, I'm gonna head back to the table. I'm gonna work on the cargo platform here. If you guys want to hang out, feel free. I'll try and keep up with your questions. I'm just gonna kind of like mess with some stuff. Do a little work. Come up with a cool layout or two. Just need to get this thing organized. I got stuff everywhere. Probably a good thing, right? Check this out. I'm gonna switch you over real quick. Let's go. I just made this from bits, right? These are all parts in the set. I just super glued them together, printed them, super glued them together. It makes a super cool little piece of scatter. Here's another one. This is what happens when head foreman Dave gets bored. Just some scatter pieces, just whip together there real quick. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the full landing platform. Just missed that comment. Let's check it out real quick. Michael, thank you very much. If you can, stop by this weekend, sir. I'll be here streaming. Have fun at work. Thank you for backing. Thank you very much, you guys. You guys are making my dreams come true. Working on terrain. Alright, let's build this platform. Looks like we're gonna need some more room. Now all those open lock connector, or yeah, open lock connect together. What I'm missing is the cargo lift. So actually, kind of what I'm thinking about right now. I'm just gonna check and see if I'm talking to myself or not, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, Dorian's still in here. Michael's still in here hanging. I know you're about to roll out, but Dorian, are you a STL guy, a 3D printer, or a physical backer, or not one of those yet? No big deal either way. STL, cool. The reason I asked that was because I just wanted to kind of like you'll have all this stuff. So this right here is the repulsor tug, the repulsor barge, which in my mind is the kind of heavy lift construction vehicle for the theme. So if we want to take a giant piece of wrecked ship that just got dropped off, landed on the platform, for instance, he can move it off of there. Now, to me, even though there's a lot of holes in there, this will be pretty darn cool as far as centerpiece. Get a couple of units just to show. Get a whole squad back there. But you should be good line of sight wise. I'm looking around. I'm actually like ducking down right now, looking around. That far side, they still don't have a bead on you where those 40k guys are. So this is kind of like a nice way to explain that. We don't have any ships right now, as you guys pointed out, but when you do have a ship, the SP6 will barely, I believe, fit on this landing pad. Barely. just gonna mess around a little bit here. It's kind of funny because even though I created these, I had a ton of time to just play with a full board, to be honest. Which, let's see, what do I use? This one's a little better. Okay, what I'm trying to do, and I don't know if this will work. I need a shorty, don't I? Do I have any down here? I don't. I'm gonna grab that one.
Emerging. Break. Emerging. Emerging. Break. Out of the depths of the raging seas, breaking through monstrous
Okay,
waves,
cool.
focused on its target. The mind
Take the ladder off there. Now, how can I... What we need is a... I've already kind of got this documented as a beam that'll take us from 6 to higher, but I will try with a platform C for now. Just see what happens. This is kind of what I'm talking about right here. It's just something that'll get us up to the height. And like, I'm only really limited to what pieces I have printed here. Now, do I want to go... I think I'm going to stay sideways. We'll see. Oh, need to fix that. Okay. My set's falling apart on me. Take care of that right now. Yeah, Dorian, on that comment you made, that's part of 2.0, or Cargo Platform 2.0, which is a new stretch goal. Get that in there. Would be I'd have to redo quite a bit, but that's okay. That's why it's a stretch goal. And really turn the modularity up on the cargo platforms. But that would be amazing. Okay, that gives me some stability there. Cool. And I'm not even sure what I'm doing over here. I'm just kind of like building out just because I can. Have a beam go that way. You know what? No. We don't want a beam there. We want it to be usable. So mean, we can either go big guy, a simple platform. That's what this is called. And that's a tall A-frame, so we can do is throw another one in right here. Now, I've never done... Jeez, look at this. I've never done this before. This is hilarious. Now, these aren't actually designed to go in the sides like this, but they work. Which is kind of funny. And look at that. Now I know I need to build a piece this size. Yeah, I think it can work for some Infinity too. I just, you know, I haven't like, I've never played it, number one. And number two, I don't think I have, since I haven't played it, I don't know how to set that up appropriately. I know there's a lot of height involved. Different stances, I guess, if you will, if that's the right word. Alright, let's get back to building over here. What the heck are we even doing with ourselves? Get that cooling tower to work. Maybe a little diagonal, that'd be nice. As soon as I get done kind of messing with this here, we might just go make that piece that we need. It'll be a fast job, but it's okay. Just checking our printer real quick. Everything turned out good. Had to print some more small doors. I think I might need a computer over here so I can, oops, watch. I was leaning on that thing. I've got to remember not to like just put all my weight on the darn thing. Okay. This is crazy. I have never done this before. This is too funny. Let's see. There's no way that that's the right width. I guess it is. Oh my goodness. Sometimes things just work out. In the 3D modeling world, they usually don't, but here they kind of did. This is just too funny. I mean, look at that. Get all this kind of stuff out of the way here. I know it doesn't look pretty. I just got too many parts laying everywhere, so we'll get those out of the way. I'm gonna push. I think I'm gonna move the cargo platform that way a bit. It's a good problem when you have too much terrain. I can tell you that. How long of a span of just beams can go between risers? You give me about 2 seconds, and we'll do it. Might have to take some stuff apart to do it, but we'll do it. See, here's another instance where we need that kind of piece right there. Let's check my dimensions. About 4 inches. About 4 inches. Okay. Well, number one, you got to make sure you have new open lock clips. They do wear out after a bit. The brand new ones are good and stiff. I need some. This will work. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna start building here and we'll see what happens. I bet you we can get it. If I have enough pieces, I wonder if we get across the whole board. We should be able to. With no span, with no support. Where are we at right now? That's 3. Still holding on its own, if you can tell. Just wait for the feed to catch up here, see if we can see it. Okay, that's 3. That's easy. Let's do 4. What do you think of the music, Dorian? It's not too bad? It's all DRM free. Gotta make sure we're not breaking any rules. Okay, I'm gonna try one-handed with 4. I can feel it. We've almost got 4. I think we need 6 to get all the way across the cargo platform. But I think we can do it. I gotta find the right parts. Aha! This is another great test, man. Great question. You know, I haven't done this. It's kind of funny. Let's see what we can do. Oh, need to take that out. I should probably like put that up on the stream, like a little thing. It's like longest beam section to date. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. Hasn't broke on me yet. Can I get an official ruling? You back me up. There's no magic here. There's no strings involved. Do a quick magic test. I know we're live here. So I think we need 1 more to get across. And then I'm gonna actually hook it up. This one will work. Just tried to pull an open lock out with my teeth. I do not recommend that. I need to put that on the stream too, on the FAQ. Do not pull open lock clips out with your teeth. These are life lessons. Okay, now I'm starting to get some sag. Oh, I can feel it. I wonder if I need to replace that clip. I will see. I might have to. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of like gently set this up. Okay, I think I can get it over there on the other side. We had a breakdown in connector strength at 6, but that might be, I think that has to do with these connectors. I'm not using all new connectors. To be kind of gentle here. Now, I think what I'm going to worry about here is what the sag in the middle is going to be the problem. What do I got here? Tall to a tall. Where am I getting a breakdown? Because this should work. Oh, I see what I did. I screwed up on this end. Put this down real quick. There's part of the reason right here I found. I think another reason is that clip in the middle is not the strongest. Okay, there's that one. See that bent? Oh, see it? It wants to, and then I think it's that clip right there in the middle. I'm gonna try and replace that clip. Let's see what happens. The rest are pretty strong. Yeah, I'm getting some play in that clip. Let's check the other one. A little play in that too. It came out too easy. Okay, that clip's good. Alright, that feels nice. Feels a lot better. Okay. Oh, see now I think my problem now is gonna be I might need something to like set this on to kind of hold it up, just like that. While I switch. I mean, these are growing pains. You know, you got to figure this kind of stuff out when you're going for records. Okay. I'm gonna try and use my elbow to kind of hold this down. I'm gonna have to find an assistant tomorrow, cause I don't want to stop right here at 6. If we can get it to work, I think we can. Okay, what am I doing now? You know, I might need some more weight down here on this other end too. This one A-frame's kind of out here alone by himself. Just kind of like propping up this end down here. Alright, there we go. It's not pretty. Part of the reason it's not pretty is pulling that up over here. Let me see if I can just rebalance. Oh, that helps. I'm gonna try and like get down a little bit and look and see what our weak points are. I think it's right here. That's what it looks like. Oh, I felt it move. Try and snug this up without exploding everything. Whoa, okay. Now, the problem is this end is too light down here. It's not holding its ground. But that's... Let's see if I'm still getting some sag on that one joint. Pretty close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's six beam sections right there. Let's get the tape out. About 4 feet. Oh, okay. Look, I'm shaking it pretty good. It hadn't broke yet. They are pretty sweet. They've been tried and true for many years now. Grab a drink real quick. I think I want to replace that clip. So now our problem child is right here. So I'm gonna grab a brand new open lock. Do some work. I keep bumping the camera table. Sorry about that. I think that's a problem right there. I can tell you. Oh, she doesn't want to come out easy though. Okay, pull it off of that. Let that guy. Look at that. 3 sections will hang by itself all day. Interesting. Why is this joint weak? I might swap it out for a beam and let's see what happens versus a walkway. 2 new open lock clips. Now, they're based off the same frame, so it really shouldn't make a difference, but you never know. Okay, that feels good. This guy does not feel that good, but yeah, we're gonna replace him too. Oh, he moved on me. There we go. That's a good clip right there. Have to push that thing in. Now watch, it'll be a bear to... Okay, this actually feels quite a bit better. Put these pipes under here for support. Okay. Man, we're almost straight. See, like now the problem is having enough kind of pressure, because you got to push from the sides to get those beams to stand up. But at 6 beams, that's probably the best. I bet I could do 1 or 2 more. They would just have to be beams. Yeah, I don't have an application for it either, besides cool. I've never done it before. Totally worth it though. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go make a piece. So, let me see what I gotta do here. Thank you guys for stopping by. Dorian, Michael, anybody else that's there. We will be back tomorrow. So you guys want to pop in, say hello. We'll be on Twitch, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, dealer's choice. But boom. Okay, cool. That works. Appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully we will see you shortly. Night, guys.